Into the time that you've been a business owner, say in the last 7, 8 years with Infinity Scaffold, if there's one thing in terms of a learning, a lesson that you could share, what would that be? What's your biggest one, if there's one that you can pick out?
Well, to be honest, it's something that somebody gave as advice or to us as we first started, and we were like, yeah. But it is actually true. The biggest learning curve is it's easy to get customers and contracts. The biggest thing is getting paid on time and getting paid at all, really. And that's the thing that you have to manage quite carefully and be mindful of, really.
Vital for the functioning of the business and your cash flow and paying everybody else. Good learning there. So if you were to give some advice, it might follow on from what you've just shared in terms of what you've learned there, to someone starting out in business, or to yourself, maybe, if going back to maybe when you're 18 and starting your journey in life, what would the piece of advice be when it comes to starting out in business?
I suppose it's quite sort of simple, and everybody says it, but don't expect to be a millionaire overnight. Don't expect to be able to do everything that you wanted to do before. When you're a business owner, life is hard, and your commitment is to your business first and foremost. So if you've got other commitments, you need to be wary that, you know, it will take a little bit longer to sort of get going, and you've got to expect to be working a long time and hard, many hours, before things start turning around a bit, really, because ultimately, as the owner, nobody's going to work harder than you, and if you put your time and your hours in, ultimately it'll pay off. And again, another sort of old adage, you're in it for the long term. It's very rare to get your short-term gains, despite people saying, oh, they can always quote examples like your dot-com people, turn around on it, you know, you're making millions in 2 weeks or whatever. You know, you've got to put the time and effort in, and you've got to be prepared. You're playing the long game in business, really, to be successful.
Great advice. It's something that I've heard a number of times when asking that question to business owners. Summarising it in patience, I think, is the key, especially in this social media instant kind of generation that we live in. That the reality of success is or what you define it by, but also patience. So good advice there. Thank you.